To visit our website, we still need to create it as a button. From the pull down, we select button. We still want to ensure visibility is ticked, and we can call this one website. Now we're going to add a new hyperlink. This time it's not linking to a page, but this time it is linking to a URL, a universal resource locator, which is a website. The destination needs to be the complete, as they call it, the absolute web address, which is http:// We'll just direct it to my website, to michaelensman.com, and we click OK. And let's go and add another button for Contact Us. Create that as a button, ensure visibility, and let's call this email. And again, there's a slightly different convention for naming an email hyperlink. We click on Create a new hyperlink. This time we're going to add an email address, and we simply need to go and add mail to : and we'll call that Mike. We can now go and save this again, and this will absolutely work. Let me show you. We need to export it as a PDF. It's not going to work directly from the InDesign document, but it will work once we've created it as a PDF. To create a PDF, we need to navigate to the File menu. We will select Export. It's very important to note at this point that we do not use the interactive PDF for this type of PDF. The interactive PDF is for an ebook, different type of PDF. For this kind of interactive PDF, we use the Adobe PDF print. We click Save. It is exceptionally important at this point to be very vigilant to include the hyperlinks. Those are the buttons and the hyperlinks that we've created. The interactive elements are the text frames or the buttons now on our menu page. If you do not include them, they will not be visible. And we include the appearance, and we click Export. When the export is complete, the PDF will open. I can now use the right arrow key. We can navigate to our menu page. You will notice that as soon as you move your cursor over this button, our breakfast menu, indicating that it will take us to a link, which indeed it does, our lunch menu, which indeed it does. But the problem with this is that you now have to keep scrolling up from the bottom. We now have to keep scrolling way up to get back to our menu. So it would certainly make a lot of sense to add a Return to Menu button. And again, a little bit of revision. Why don't we add this Return to Menu button into the parent pages? It leaves nothing to chance. We know it's going to add it onto every single page. We double click on a parent. We'll navigate to the type tool. I'm going to click and drag out a text frame, and I'm going to type in Return to Index. I am going to fit frame to content. And at this point, as remember, it's still just a text frame. We haven't created it as a button yet. I'm now going to duplicate this to be on the right facing page. Alt-Option, click and drag to duplicate, and there it is in place. Now on every page we can see there's Return to Index. Let's go back to a parent and let's put in the interactivity for these buttons. I'm going to click on the Return to Index. I'm going to create it as a button, ensure the visibility. We can call this Return 01. Create a new hyperlink, link to a page, and it will be page 2. Page, link to page 2, and fit in window, and say OK. Let's do the same for the other one. Click on that text frame. Let's start the interactivity. Let's create it as a button. Ensure the visibility is ticked. Let's call this Return 02 and save. I can now close these panels because we're done with them. Now, obviously, if you put content on parent pages, it's visible on every page. We do not need it to be visible on the cover page, so we need to release it from the parent page. We do that by holding Shift, Command or Control and click, and press backspace or delete. That is, remember, how we release content from parent pages, and we save. We're now going to export this again as a PDF, and you'll see that we have this return to index, which is a very handy feature. Let's go to File, Export. It's obviously going to overwrite the name because we've already used it. Adobe PDF Print. Do we want to replace it? Yes, we do. Ensure that View PDF after exporting is ticked. And again, you won't need to do it again, but once hyperlinks and include appearance are on, we can export. I'm just going to use Command or Control 0 to get us to full screen on the PDF. I'm going to use the right arrow and going to go to our breakfast menu, return to index. Isn't that a pleasure? Fresh juices takes us to that page, return to index. Should we now click on visit our website? I'm going to allow it, and it takes you straight into my website.